Psychic vampires. How to be one and harm none. Have you been diagnosed as manic? Have people told you you're draining them or they get exhausted around you? Have you noticed that you get very amped up or feel great intensity or anxiety in crowds? Do people find you intimidating just being in their presence? Do you go through hibernation and seem to sleep for days, have no energy, or feel depleted and hard to pull out of that depressive space? If this sounds like the cycles and experience of your life, there is hope. Because of a lack in understanding, on our part most of the time, and others more often, this process of energy consumption is confusing and messy because no one has explained it to us in a natural process, and we are conditioned to ignore so much of our spiritual nature that it comes across as an evil to and for those involved in that lack of understanding. So how does this happen? To truly understand this, there is a lot of cosmic knowledge and out-of-the-box understanding required. So I will do my best to take you on this journey of my own understanding in a way I hope will help others with the same or similar experiences. Chapter 1. What is a psychic vampire anyway? Most psychic vampires don't even realize that's what they're doing. For many, it's not an intentional exchange. It just happens. It's who they are. There is a need, a hunger, but instead of food, it's energy. So let's talk about what the psychic vampire is. We all understand eating food, but most don't understand consuming energy as a personal fuel. The truth is, everyone does it, most unknowingly. As energy beings, our energy exchanges are constantly happening. You see a person you enjoy and get exhilarated in their presence. If you are with angry people, that energy also spreads and feeds those around, much like a riot escalation. You go into places that feel creepy or feel inviting. Whether it's the feeling a musician gets from the crowd, the exhilaration of being praised from an accomplishment, or the excitement of being in a large event, all of us have activities or practices that energize us in some way. The point being, it doesn't matter what the energy is. We all share it as we are all one with the energy of creation. Everyone and everything is connected in a wholeness in all of its fragments. Our conditioning to be separate, to have ideas and doctrines that do not promote the unity that our energetic bodies are, outside of this human experience, and all the mentalities that lack understanding of the greater cosmic connection of the all of creation is ultimately what has created this term to describe people that actively and sometimes intentionally feed on other people's energy. While this exchange satiates momentarily, we are creatures that can consume a lot of energy as we spread ourselves thin and expend our stored energies. Those that intentionally draw from the people around them are usually constantly causing or creating situations of negative energy to feed from because it's potent and easily incited by emotions. I have discovered that, in truth, it is no different than a diabetic. Just like a diabetic has to monitor and control their blood sugar levels, we have to control our energies to find a balance that most idle at. Had we been taught as children to be conscious energy exchangers, this psychic vampire effect would not likely exist. Understanding how that energy exchange works is the key to tapping into a greater resource than any human or planet of humans can be. The creation of chaos in drawing that energy is why so many are misunderstood or may be truly toxic in all of their relationships. The resistance creating friction is where so many naturally exchange their energies instead of elevating the vibrations. Thank you for listening to Chapter 1 of the Psychic Vampire series. Our next episode will have Chapter 2, as well as a following commentary from the author, Samantha Phoenix. That would be me. So as far as what I have to say about Chapter 1, this really is a starting off space. A way to understand that a lot of times people are not intentionally creating the chaos, or maybe they are. And that really is about paying attention to what the people around you are doing and what kind of energy are you feeding into the situation to amplify that. No matter what, no matter where we are, it's ultimately the law of attraction that's going to make the difference. Those who are not familiar with the law of attraction, it literally means like attracts like. So whatever energy you're putting out there is going to be the energy that you continue to experience. As intentional creators, this is where we become responsible, not only for what we put out for others, but also what we allow in our own space. If you are someone that tends to need that additional energy, then it's up to you to find a better source or resource. However, if you tend to be one of those that attracts those kind of people, in many ways you probably are in the same way trying to get the same exchange. So again, looking for different ways of connecting, find things outside of other people, find things within yourself, but find a connection to something greater than, so that you have an energy source that is greater than anything else that you're tapping into. It is important that we pay attention to the energy that we're feeding to others, as well as the energy that we're absorbing from those around us and our situations. That's the beginning step to becoming an intentional creator and using your energy with intent. Please understand, I'm not at all discounting the effects of the narcissistic psychic vampire, but we're not talking about that in this chapter. So I look forward to presenting you with the next chapter, Chapter 2 of Psychic Vampires, How to Be One and Harm None.